Hello guys, this is your host Freddy Filipino sa America Blog. Okay, my channel in Facebook is Freddy Legaspi, and in YouTube at Filipino sa America Blog. Okay, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe, please just pin the button below, red button, and it's all free. Ngayon, kung hindi pa kayo mag-comment din kayo in Filipino or in English at give me a big likes, okay? The content for today is the sad news. Two Filipinos already killed, and a third one is reportedly under process and fully investigated because mukhang tatlo na ang napatay na Pilipino na mga overseas Filipino workers. Yung isa'y talagang nirat-rat kasama yung kanyang inaalagaan pasyente diyan sa Israel. Lumalala na ang problemang ito, and the government issue a what they call this mandatory repatriation, but many Filipinos overseas Filipino worker in Israel refused to come home, to go back home. Ito ang mga dahilan kung bakit. Unang-una, bakit ayaw nilang bumalik? Unang-una, malaki ang kinikita nila sa Israel. Malaki ang kinikita nila. At hindi lang sa sweldo niya sa Pilipinas. I'm sure hindi lang sa sweldo sa Pilipinas. Isipin mo na lang, kung nurse ka niya sa Pilipinas, how much lang yung sinisweldo mo compared to overseas worker dyan sa Israel. Mga caregiver lang ito, pero mas malaki pa ang sweldo nila kesa sa mga nurse dyan sa Pilipinas. Maski na sa physical therapist, magkano lang? 17, 20, is not enough. Maski na ba sumweldo ka ng mga 50,000 napakaliit yan sa high cost of living there in the Philippines, napakataas. At wala tayong magagawa dahil hanggang hindi nagkakaisa ang mga Pilipino, katulad na nangyayari sa Israel, nagkaisa sila. Yung opposition ay kumampi na sa administration. Kasi kung di nila gagawin yan, hindi sila mananalo sa Hamas. Kasi nagkakaisa ang Hamas Nagkakaisa. Kaya napakadaling nakapasok na nga ang Hamas dyan sa loob ng Israel yan. That is, the number one is lack of opportunity. Pag-uwi sila, wala silang makukuha ang trabaho. Pangalawa, no savings. No savings kasi lahat ng pera nila pinapadala dyan sa Pilipinas Walang natitira sa kanila. Kadalasan hindi naman lahat, pero mas marami ang walang savings. Pangatlo, ang kanilang mga children are still in school. They are studying. Yung iba siguro college student and pursuing. Magandang investment yan. Magandang investment sa mga overseas Filipino workers dyan sa Israel. Because they send their children to school. Not ordinary school. Some go to private university and colleges. Kasi maganda ang turo pagka sa college, private school. Yan. Ngayon, ano naman ang nagiging problema ng ating mga overseas Filipino workers? Bakit hirap na hirap ang ating mga overseas Filipino workers? Ito unang dahilan. Communication. That is the number one, communication. Hindi ko naman nila lahat. Pero marami sa mga overseas Filipino workers could not express themselves in English, straight English or fluency in English. Only ikokonti lang yung mga talagang fluent. Hindi lang fluent, articulate pa. Usually itong mga articulate tsaka yung fluent ay madaling umasenso. Bakit? They could go to other countries and apply for a visa. Like here in the United States, in Canada, in London, in Australia, where they accept immigrant, and also in New Zealand. So English is number one on top of career, of individual career. If you are an engineer, if you are fluent, much better. If you are a nurse, much more better. If you are a nurse and you are fluent or even articulate, it's better. Okay? Yan ang ano. Pangalawa is finances. Finances, ano ba yung finances? Siyempre, wala kang investment. Lahat punta sa pamilya. Yun naman pamilya mo, hindi alam kadalasan, hindi alam gumastos, hindi marunong mag-budget. Sige lang ng sige because they're expecting something every end of the month or every 15 days. They receive dollar remittances. Tapos, number 3 is life and work environment. Yung life and work environment, mahirap ang ating mga overseas Filipino workers. Nakikita ko dyan sa, sa Israel kasi nanonood din nila ako ng mga video mahirap talaga, napakalungkot. Ang kalaban nila ay homesickness. Parang sasabog ang ulo mo. Pag nasa ibang bansa ka, alam ba niya yan? Yun ang napakahirap. Yung halos sumabog, wala kang makausap. Kung may makausap ka, nagkakahinga lang kayo na loob. Yan ang problema ng mga overseas Filipino workers. At yung pang-anim ay 5 ay salary. Yung salary sa Israel ay talagang ubod ng laki ng diferensya. I could say the salary in Israel is 2 times, 3 times, or even 4 times. At wala kang may wala nga security pag nasa Pilipinas ka. Katulad nga ng nurse ka. Magkano na si sweldo mo? Malaki na yung 25,000 or even 50,000. Malaki na yon. Hindi ka aabot ng 100,000 a year. Malabo yun. Okay? And yung pang-anim co-workers at their workplace. You know, yung mga co-workers mo, if you are not you cannot communicate in English. Kasi yung English is common denominator yan Common denominator. How could you interact with other nationality? Nahihirapan din yung iba. But the common denominator is English. Unless, kasi iba, Pilipino nagagalit Pilipino ka, hindi ka makapagsalita ng salita ng English. Ano ka? Traidor? Ganun sasabihin sa'yo. Tama ba yun? Galit na galit sila. Kasi yung ego, yun ang kayabangan. Parating nasa puso ng bawat isa. Isipin mo na lang na college graduate ka, and yet you cannot express yourself in English. That is a sad news to most of our college graduate. The education need an overhaul. It need an overhaul. Okay? Yan ang Tapos yung iba, yung overseas natin, ay talaga nahihirapan to communicate in English and using only body language. Pag sinabi nilang yes, ganun lang, Tapos yung hindi sila pwede mag-argue sa kanilang mga boss, sa kanilang mga co-workers because they are parang napipigilan yung kanilang pagsasalita because they don't know how to speak it. They don't know how to express it. At ang ginagamit nila ay galit. No? Mali. Kasi ganun, sa mga overseas Filipino workers, I just suggest na you create a group. Maybe once in a week, dahil dyan sa Hong Kong, o ba kayo, try to practice speaking English. Verbally lang. Wag na yung written. Verbally lang. That is a stepping stone to start a learning process. If you keep on doing it on a daily basis, it will start your career in English. Okay? English is a good tool to start with your career. Because you learn more as you practice it. And as you practice it, you are developing a self-confidence in yourself. Okay? So sa mga ating mga caregivers dyan sa Israel, I know they speak yan every day because hindi sila, yung communication nila doon napapractice eh. Kasi yung mga Israelites or the people of Israel know how to speak English most often. Yan. Magaling sila mag-English. I could say that they are genius. Most of them, many of them, kasi nakapag-aral ako dito sa Amerika, and I have some classmates, and my boss also, here in America, are Jewish from Israel. So, I know how to go along with these people. Okay? This is my blood for today, for all overseas caregivers there in Israel. Magdasal na lang po tayo, and let's hope for the best that we could survive this emergency right now in Israel, because the chosen people are the people of Israel. God will protect those people there in Israel. Okay? Okay. I see you in my next vlog. This is Rose Freddy Legaspi sa Facebook and in YouTube at Filipinos America Blog. Okay? Never forget to subscribe. Give me a big likes and make some comment in Filipino or English. Practice English right now, guys. It's a better opportunity for you, the start of your career wherever you are, most especially overseas Filipino workers. Okay, until then, in God we trust, never hold your peace.